Hi, it's Lady Jen. We are at beautiful Stone Tower Wineries today, and I'm here with Lacey Huber, who is the general manager. Thank you, first of all, for wanting to have us here or allowing us to be here. When I approached the we were the Women in Virginia wine event, right? Yeah, Virginia Women in Wine event, and you came up and I was tasting wine, and I said, "Oh, I already know this." And I said, I want to talk to you guys. I want to talk to you. And you were just so gracious to bring us on board and let us, film here at this beautiful vineyard.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah, thank you. I remember the first building was up there when it first started, and we were members back then. And, how everything had grown so much. And, the barrel room was there. I think the barrel room was there. It was a five. But I remember the first time we had, that I ever had something damped in here, we did something at the Chamber of Commerce. And we had a long table. And there was only two of us across. It wasn't wide. It was really long. They had this beautiful dinner down there. And I said, oh my gosh, this place is going to be fantastic. And it was just beautiful. So I just want to again say thank you so much. So tell us a little bit about the vineyard, a lot about the vineyard. I was just looking at here, there's a lot more vines back here.
Yes.
I mean, exponentially.
So now at this point, we this is my family's project, and my grandparents own the farm next door. So
Okay, yep, right
my
there.
family's been farming here since 1975. And my parents bought this property. It was an old cattle farm about 20 some years ago now, and it just looks like it should be a vineyard.
Yes,
It's one of
well,
those
because it's
things.
rolling hills.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so we did some, investigation on that, and it turns out we have a beautiful site for growing grapes. So, back in 2009, we first started planting our vineyard. Now at this point, we have just about 95 acres under vine, which makes us one of the biggest vineyards and wineries in Loudoun County here. We opened our Harvest Farm tasting room in 2013.
Yeah.
That's when I started working here, and it's just been a big, fun project ever
Yeah,
since
it's
then.
crazy. Well, what kind of grapes do you grow best here? Because there's a lot. I mean, how many do we have in Loudoun County now? 52?
Yeah, 51 or
51 or
something
two vineyards in the county. And, there's a lot that are growing on hills, pretty steep hills against the mountains, and, trying to get that, because we're very wet here, right? We're very wet. And so we have to have a specific type of grape that loves happen. But I noticed that, you're not growing up on a mountain, but you're still up on hills and rolling. So what's really growing well here?
Yeah, so we are, we're on part of the Catoctin Ridge. So it's the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Right.
Which are just super ancient soils. And we're lucky our site here doesn't have a ton of clay. So we have pretty well draining soils and all of that, which is good. And the name of the farm, the cattle farm, when we bought it, was Windswept Hill, which is great for all that humidity. It wicks all that moisture.
Oh, wow, gotcha.
So here we grow mostly French varietals. So for white Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc are the big ones for us.
Okay, interesting. So not a lot of Vidal.
No, we grow all vinifera, so
Okay.
all French varietals there. And then for our reds, we focus on Bordeaux red, so Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, Merlot, Petit Verdot.
Okay.
Then we grow some other fun things here and there, but those are the big ones.
What is something that you have on the menu now? I saw that you brought the Blanc de Blanc on the but what are, a lot of vineyards are now coming out with a little some bubblies and some rosé bubblies. There's another vineyard that has a Norton bubbly right now, which I couldn't believe that. There's a lot of port non-ports. We can't say port, right? But it's a port non-ports, a lot of infusion, some, whiskey barrel fermenting. What's going on here? What are you guys coming up with?
The Virginia wine industry in general, it's just there's so much experimentation. There's always something fun.
Yeah.
For us, we keep it pretty traditional here for the most part. So, for example, our Blanc de Blanc, it's all traditional methods. So the same way champagne's made is how we do it in-house here. I'd say one of the things I'm most excited about is we are experimenting with a few different varietals. And this spring, we've just released our first Albarino.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I know it's becoming more popular. It's got such a great texture. It's not the flavor, it's the texture. I don't know how to. If you're not a wine person, you don't understand that verbiage, right? But it does. There is a texture to wine. Yeah, it's beautiful.
You'll have to come out and try. Come let us know the tower. Yeah, you'll have to come on here and try. Oh, that sounds fun. That's exciting. You're also a wedding venue and a birthday venue, and I just learned this morning a workshop venue. I can't wait to come out here and do some of my workshops. What do you like about allowing that and providing that in the community? How does that bring more business? How does that make your heart feel? As a company, how does that make your heart feel to be able to provide so many different? Well, and I'm looking over there where all the kids are, right? So there's birthday parties over there for them too.
Yeah. No, that's one of the pieces which I think makes it such a dynamic business. I always joke that it's 5 businesses in one because we start the day, we're farmers, we're out there, running tractors right now. You might be able to hear a little bit.
Yeah. And some hammering. We need some hammering. Yes.
And then we have to make the wine, and that's a whole process there. And then comes the fun part. Once it's in the bottle, is sharing it with our community.
Right. So the restaurants and the memberships and all of that. Yeah. I love that. I think it's beautiful. What do you want people to know most about Stone Tower?
It's a great question. So what immediately comes to mind is our kind of like motto here is joy in every bottle. And that's what we put into it as we're making it. We're really building it to celebrate with everyone. And then also, you can see out here, it's really about land preservation as well.
Of course.
This is where I grew up. This is, my family's home, and we want to keep this rural quality and have a place where people can come and retreat. So, we're close to so many, so close to DC even. And it's just, you come up, turn up our road, and you just feel this.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's so funny. I know you probably experienced this. I just have to share this too, is that, living out here, this is my backyard, right? Yeah. This is in my backyard. Living out here, when you talk to someone who comes from DC, it is pretty funny. You're like, are you local? And they're like, no, we live in DC. Right? That's local. That's local. But they're like, we live in, have you heard of Fairfield? Have you heard of Woodbridge? We're kind of laughing about that, right? Because this is the other side of the earth for most people. Right. As soon as you come onto the country, what's the crowd here? And there's so many people that have never been out this way. And so we want to encourage people to come out here. So if you're watching from Northern Virginia. This is Northern Virginia. It's still Northern Virginia, right? We're still there, I love it. How can people get in touch with you for them, to get in touch with you specifically and say, hey, I want to have an event there, I want to explore some things?
Absolutely. Yeah. The best way, really, our website's a great resource. It's stonetowerwinery.com.
Yeah. Love it. Thank you again so much for having us here. Yeah, and we can have a sip of wine because we are in a vineyard. Cheers to you. Thanks, Carol.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.